Yeah.
And I can see a very nice red banner saying live. Good morning, everybody.
I cannot see. Oh, I see now.
You can see now.
Hi, guys.
Morning. Morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. The Cult of Calcio takes the pitch on Saturday morning with an amazing 4-0-0 formation. We have our best possible lineup live from Amsterdam, from Madrid, from Milan, all over the world. Good morning, Diego, Paolo,
Morning.
and Carlos.
Good morning.
Buongiorno.
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 So,
you forgot to
how
mention
do we-
Teramo, by the way.
Teramo. Yeah, I said, yeah, you're right. You're right. Apologies. My apologies.
I want still to go around here in town and
Where is Teramo?
in Abruzzo, in
It
the
was-
center of Italy.
It was obviously a joke.
I didn't get
You're
it.
right. You're right. I forgot, to introduce our Juventus resident expert Paolo live from Teramo, Abruzzo.
Expert.
So sorry about that. Welcome back to Carlos, our Inter resident expert, if we can call it that way. The shirt speaks clear, right?
The next champions of the Scudetto.
Look at that.
Nicolo Barella, Ballon d'Oro.
Nicolò
Yeah.
Barella, Ballon d'Oro.
I agree.
Indeed. Yeah, guys. We're going to talk about last night's stunning Juventus win, powered by an amazing goal from
Inter
Nicolò
going,
Barella.
Thank you for jinxing it, but it was Inter.
Did I say Juventus? What did I say?
You said Juventus.
Oh, okay.
Juventus
Well,
win.
I don't want to
That's
mention
fine.
that because, yeah.
Spoiler.
Being
spoiler.
No spoiler alert, but I mean, having battled with Inter for the title this season, probably I just want to remove the thought of that black and blue team posing a threat to the title. So that's why my lapsus came to Juventus.
For that.
But anyway, we got a lot to talk about today. We have a couple of very interesting matchups, especially today, as Juventus will face Roma at 6 p.m. Italy time, of course. So we'll talk about that in today's Bar Sport. But first, to get everybody warmed up, you know that it's our basically Saturday morning habit by now. Time for the quiz.
Yes.
So we're going to deep dive into history of Serie A. Let's see if I have the possibility to share without the host allowing me this time.
No, you don't.
Ah,
I still have the power.
Host
It's
has
difficult
the
as we-
power.
right? Give me the
got
power.
the
power.
Yeah.
Okay.
The last one was very difficult, but this one I think is going to be even more difficult.
This is even more difficult, Carlos. I'm telling you.
I like the infinite. Ooh.
Aha. All right.
Okay.
Also, the colors are
Welcome.
difficult to depict, to understand which kind of colors are there. I would say that it's blue and red.
It is. Yes.
It is. And
I'll
the
give
way
you-
you give you some hints. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I mean, I was seeing that you're very into it. But yes, I can give you a hint. Welcome back to the 60s, guys.
Can I say it?
60s.
Can I say it? I know. But I know. I mean,
I don't know. I have a doubt. For me, I think it's more complex because
I would say. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I had in my doubt because of the jersey, not because of the faces. Obviously, I'm doubting Bologna or Genoa, but difficult to know. Maybe it's less known.
Okay. Well, Carlos, I can.
I would say
Yeah, go ahead, Paolo.
Cagliari. I would say Cagliari, but it's difficult for me also to recognize the faces.
I can say
not-
something.
No, no.
Biggest guess, and then we'll give the solution.
I would say Cagliari, but I cannot even depict the year there.
Okay, Carlos, you
Maybe
pick
there's
one.
Gigi Riva somewhere.
Bologna or Genoa?
Bologna.
Bologna. Okay, and Diego, what's your guess?
Can I say a name instead of a team?
Sure.
Gigione.
Gigi Riva.
Gigione.
Gigi Riva. Okay, where is Gigi Riva in this very nice picture?
Is it the
Well, it's
last
the one with the
right?
flowers. Isn't
Yeah,
it the
the
one
Which
one
with
on
the
one?
the
Sorry,
right,
with the flowers?
Isn't it
The
him?
last one in the lower row on the right.
This one, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I think it was the captain still,
Yeah, I think so.
but I'm not sure about that.
All
I
right.
don't see
Well,
the band in any other player. So, and I think he has it. Yes, he has the white band here. So I think and that's Cagliari's. Gigi Rivas Cagliari's.
okay. Well, guys, shame on you Italian guys, because the one who got it right is our guest Carlos.
Whoa!
Oh!
Bologna. I cannot
Seriously,
go back
what?
to Bologna anymore now.
Nice. So this is Bologna? Nice.
This is Bologna, guys. What kind of Serie A experts are you? This is Bologna from
You said
the
I'm-
93.
Okay,
I'm,
it's Paolo and I. We have an excuse which is called glasses.
yes.
Let's put it that way.
We have an excuse for that.
But
So-
also, Matteo, you introduced
Perhaps-
me as Juventus expert, not as Bologna expert. So
That's true.
I have another excuse.
I have an idea, Matteo. I have an idea. Can you kick out Diego and Paolo and we continue the podcast alone?
Yes, let's do it. It's only Carlos and myself. But okay,
Nice.
perhaps I should have given you another hint, which was this specific lineup. It's linked to a very unique occurrence in the history of Serie A, because it dates back to the 1963-1964 season, and that's the only case when the Scudetto was assigned with a playoff.
Whoa.
Inter and Bologna, they both at the top of the table. And back then, you were not looking at goal difference. You were not looking at anything else. If two teams were tied at the top of the league, there was to be a playoff to decide a winner. And Bologna beat Inter 2-0 and conquered their last Scudetto so far. It was the 7th title for the Rossoblu. They've not managed to win anything else since then, but this is a pretty nice memory.
It's a lot of
There are-
Scudettos for
there are
Bologna.
plenty.
7.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah. There are plenty of restaurants in Bologna and also outside Bologna in which you can see the front page of newspapers back then, especially the Corriere dello Sport, which is a
the green one.
Bologna, yeah, the green one, which is a Bologna-based newspaper, framed and hanged on the wall.
Yeah.
With maybe just this picture, most likely.
Yeah,
and I've seen it
Paolo.
so many times. And I said,
Indeed,
Cagliari.
Paolo, I was thinking that we both were used to live in Bologna, and we should be ashamed.
The shift wise, yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Indeed.
Jeez, I cannot come back. there.
So you both lived in Bologna and you didn't guess one of the most epic lineup that Bologna has ever featured.
I think
But,
the
yeah.
Is it
Most
Bornich then the player, the captain? Who is the captain then?
Sorry?
Do you know? The captain. Is it
be honest-
Bornich?
No, it's not Burnich. I can't remember. Maybe it's Tumburus, Pari de Tumburus. This one, many people probably know him. This is Giacomo Bulgarelli. He was
Whoa,
yeah,
nice.
he was an Azzurro. He had many caps for the Italian national team, and I think as of today he's still a commentator. He's still a TV commentator. But yeah, there's many players that we might not be familiar with just because we're too young for that. But hey, this was an impressive lineup, and again, probably the sweetest memories that the Bologna fans have. They bet the Inter of Helenio Herrera, and that was a dominating team as well back in the 60s. But anyway, that's enough for today's trip down memory lane. We're gonna post this quiz also on our social media, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. So if anybody is following our live today and wants to guess the mysterious team, you have an advantage.
Yep.
And we're back live. And I didn't see actually that Carlos put his glasses on because I was sharing. So
I put them on because Diego said that I was blaming the glasses, and I don't wear glasses. This is just for the blue light from the laptop. But
oh, got it.
It helps.
My glasses actually are like for my sight, and I have another excuse to put on top of the other one.
Oh, you need that because you cannot recognize a 38 from a 36, right?
Yeah, because it's inverted, you know. You see,
And that's
You know, the optical test, if you see the 6 from far, it seems like an 8, so you
yeah.
All right,
Right.
back to today then. Well, Carlos, what do you say about Barella? You mentioned him earlier. Inter had a stunning performance last night, and currently they are top of the table. First time, I mean, this season that they're top of the table, even if Milan has to play on Sunday. But so Ballon d'Or for Barella.
Yeah, I was thinking, because this new generation that we've been talking about for the Euro Cup of Italy, it's quite exciting, right? And I was thinking, who is going to be the leader of this team? Because not always you need the best player to be the leader. And I was thinking, from what I saw, the players that were coming, and I had Zaniolo in my mind before the injury, but now I realize I'm 100% sure that Barella is going to be the player, is going to be a captain of the national team, is going to be, because the guy it's not the technique, it's the willing to win, He's such a fighter so he reminds me, this winning character, a bit of, I don't know, I don't want to compare because maybe it's too early and young, but with Sergio Ramos, this kind of spirit, or Pujol, that you see this guy is going to be the captain, I'm 100%.
I'm not sure about being, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm not sure about being the captain, because we are going to have for sure, I think, more experienced guys on the team. But for sure, he will be a leader on the pitch, and you can see that he has the hunger to win and to do good. And it reminds me a bit of the kind of leadership that Gattuso had.
Exactly. True.
Like, to make a parallel with maybe not in terms of role, but in terms of charisma, of leadership among the other guys. In the
Azzurri, in the national team, how do you choose the captain in the Italian national team? Is it like here, or is it like some other teams that they vote before the tournament, or is it just the most senior one? How is it?
It's the most senior one, I think.
I think it's the most senior.
Yeah, I don't think they vote, but in general, yes, it's the most experienced. Or I mean, it's as you said, you also need to have some sort of natural leadership, right? You can be as senior as you want, but if you're not a true leader, you can fill that role. And I agree with Paolo. Yeah, the most recent one was Chiellini.
I think it's Chiellini, Bonucci, Buffon, and then
Buffon,
there is
when he was playing. Yeah.
And I think then there is Jorginho and Insigne, which are like more or less on the same level
of seniority.
I think so.
But Chiellini will go to the Euro Cup?
I hope so.
I don't know. I mean, perhaps as a backup, like as a veteran figure that can keep the group together. He could, he could get a spot if he managed to play consistently. And Paolo will tell us about that in a while when we're going to talk about Juventus, Roma. But I agree. Barella perhaps not ready to be the captain yet, but in the future, it's definitely one to watch. A lot of patience, a lot of grit. Maybe a few yellow cards too many. That's something you need to improve a bit on. But amazing at the goal he scored last night. Seriously, he was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
It will come with time, I think, this psychology of being less impulsive, but the charisma and the character of the guy, you can see. Yeah, I was referring not to be the captain this Euro Cup, but eventually in a few years, I was thinking that he might end up being there, So, and it's good for him. The environment in Inter Milan, I think, is perfect for him right now. So,
I really hope that he's gonna keep the shape until the Euro Cup like this. I'm going against my Juventus interests, but for sure, I really hope that he's gonna keep this great shape that he has and the scoring as well.
Another great talent from Cagliari.
Sorry?
Cagliari in the islands, we always say also here in Spain that it's always not that huge quantity of players, but always the top technical one here, like Barella. You were talking about Gigi Riva, Zola. No, here in Spain we have the Canary Islands. We have David Silva, Valerón, Pedri in Barcelona now. So it's always from the islands. You have some special players.
Yeah. Okay. When it comes to Zola, I think you should address that guy to Napoli, even though he's from Cagliari.
Why?
Because basically he became Gianfranco Zola with Maradona. Maradona was his teacher, was his mentor. So he always says that. I don't know why we always end up talking about Maradona, but I will explain you. I will explain to you, Carlos, offline. But Zola became Zola in Napoli.
It's because we are old, guys. Let's face it. I mean, we love to talk about football from the 80s, from the 90s. And so we always end up talking about Maradona and teams from the 60s and the 70s. So, yeah, we just cannot do anything about that.
Maybe just because Diego is just obsessed with...
Am I?
I think
I'm just wearing his T-shirt. I have like
You go to bed with that, and
no, I don't.
I don't.
Hey guys, speaking of Greek players, and before we get into today's menu, and again, Juventus Roma coming up tonight. Why don't we take 1 minute to wish happy birthday to two very important figures in Italian football. And one, of course, Paolo, is your favorite, Mr. Ronaldo, who turned 36 yesterday, I think.
They make a huge fuss about this. 36, wow. We have like
36? I thought it was 38. I really thought it was 38. So it wasn't just a joke.
The golden generation.
I don't recall the name of that. I don't recall the name of that journalist that actually made a point about this.
Okay.
Do you remember the name of the journalist that was underlining this?
No, but I read I was reading one newspaper, and that newspaper I read 38, but instead it was 36. I think my mindset is already...
It's 38 on the pitch.
On the pitch?
36 for real.
Actually, I thought it was 38 on the stadium and 36, in the city hall and in front of the judge. Isn't it like that?
Fortunately, in Portugal, things work differently. Okay. And municipalities are a bit more... let's say they can see numbers even from far.
Can see numbers. Yeah.
Okay, biologically,
whenever we end up talking about Juventus, there's always controversy and there's always this numbers floating around, whether it's 36, 38. So, I mean, next year is going to be 37, so probably no fuss about that. But, I mean, yes, Cristiano Ronaldo, he's one, but there's another very important figure who celebrated his birthday. I can't remember if it was yesterday or 2 days ago, but Mr. Carletto Mazzone.
I think 2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago, one of the most iconic Serie A coaches turned 83.
Yeah, wow.
We miss his style. We miss his way of leading and coaching teams. And the way he was actually relating with the opposite supporters as well.
Exactly.
Passion.
He was always very genuine in his communicating style, whether it was with his players, with journalists, or with fans. I mean, we could do an entire podcast, an entire event about Carletto Mazzone's anecdotes. He's the guy, I mean, who basically mentor Francesco Totti at Roma.
Yeah, indeed.
To make one.
That's true.
He was the one. He's been coaching on so many different pitches all across Italy. I think he had like a 40-year-long career or something like that. He's really a legendary figure.
He was coaching Baggio in Brescia.
Baggio in Brescia and Guardiola in Brescia.
With Guardiola was there. And also Adani.
And Pirlo.
Mm-hmm. But Pirlo was not at the same time, because I remember
it was later.
Guardiola saying that he didn't play with Pirlo, but they were close to play.
That's a very good point. I mean, Baggio and also Guardiola. I think I once saw an interview with Pep Guardiola, and he said that he started to get into the idea of coaching right in the days when he was playing at Brescia, and he was coached by Carlo Mazzone. That's when he got the mindset. And Mazzone in turn said that he could already see that Guardiola really had what it takes to be a successful coach. And man, he was right. So that's, that's how legends are born.
Good job, Carletto.
Yes. So, well, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Carletto. Hope to see you, talking and preaching about football still for a long time. Back to today's menu. Actually, we got 4 games in the Serie A lineup. That's going to involve all the teams who will play in the second leg of the Coppa Italia semifinals this week. The strongest one, I would say, the most interesting matchup is Juventus-Roma, who square off at 6 p.m. Italy time, always at the Allianz Stadium. So, Paolo, well, it's a tough one.
I didn't sleep this night. I have to be
I can see it.
Yeah, actually, for sure, it's tougher than last week. We said last week that Sampdoria could make some tricky jokes to Juventus, but fortunately, I was never in doubt that Juventus could manage. Today, we are... What are you laughing about?
I was never in doubt. It's nice. I like it. I like it a lot.
I wasn't. No, okay. But apart from that, today's it's tougher because Roma it's trying to find a spot in the Champions League 4 teams, and we are looking for. And actually, it's like a direct match, also a direct clash.
Yeah, it is.
It could be the chance for us to make one step ahead, following new guys. Which I hope Crotone will make you trouble, but it's not going to happen for sure. You're going to have a really easy life tomorrow. But yeah, actually, Juventus, it's as we said also the other weeks, we are like going through the worst of calendars that we can imagine. And next week there will be Inter on Wednesday, and then Napoli on Sunday. And I think that on Napoli on Sunday we are going to have a really interesting podcast next week about this.
Why?
Because of calendars and this untold clash between you and me.
Oh, praise for that. I just cannot wait. Why don't we take a look at the lineups? If we can share our screen, because we have this very cool on the Cult of Calcio. So let's see who's gonna be of the game tonight. Can you share that, Diego? Or
if you share it, I will. I can share.
But it's funny how we never consider this year Roma for the title, right? Because I think if they win today, maybe we should start considering them as a candidate. I know it's almost like never happening, but
I don't support your premises. Like today, I really don't like it.
If Roma win today,
Spanish Roma, we call it Spanish Roma. You know, so many Spanish players there that people started to watch all over here and follow, with Paul Lopez, with Carlos Perez, with Borja Mayoral. Everybody's telling to Zidane, how you kick out Borja Mayoral and now we have no striker. With Pedrito.
Yeah, and by the way, Borja Mayoral will have a chance from the start.
That's the first bad news of the day.
Oh yes. Oh, and here's the lineup. Here's the lineup.
I see Rabiot there. Unfortunately, Bentancur it's out because it's been disqualified. He got a red card, so it has to be out. So we need to rely on Rabiot, which lately is really pissing me off a lot.
Why?
Why? Yeah.
I mean, it might be an impression, maybe like just an opinion of mine, and it might be that I'm not so expert in this. But when I see Rabiot playing in the midfield and all the actions that are going through the midfield in Juventus, it looks like the guy that is there just because the mother asked to the other kids to let him play with them.
Because he brought the ball.
It's like, yeah, he's trying to get the ball. I want to play. And
especially, I was living in France when this situation happened with. I don't know if you mentioned the mother of Rabiot because of all the controversy with the mother of Rabiot actually in PSG, because you know the mother is the agent, right? And
that makes sense. That makes sense.
He was a huge.
That explains it.
When he had this fight in PSG and he almost didn't play for a year because the mother said, "Don't renew the contract. We'll get a better contract with money." And apparently, he was going to Barcelona. But honestly, I don't know. For me, it was always such an overrated player. I don't know.
I think it is. I think he is. I think he is. And what was also adding on top of this is that he usually loses the ball in critical moments of the action, in critical moments of the match as well. And if you see some of the goals that we got, he is one of the guy that is starting the opposite action. So he's losing the ball, and then you get like a counter attack, and you get a goal. It happened at least 3 times in the last since the beginning of the year. So I'm a bit concerned. I hope that he's gonna get on track soon. But now that you mentioned, I didn't know about that his mother is his agent. I have to be honest. But now it makes more sense what I said before. Like, so please, can you get my son play with you? Like, the scene when we were young. It's the same kind of feeling that I had.
Yeah, he's been patronized. He's been patronized by the mom for years. It was a big story also between the mom and the Sham when they didn't take him for the last World Cup. And then he said, I will never go again. But now he made peace with the Sham and he's going back to the national team. But anyways, he's not the most loved guy in France. I can tell you that. So
maybe in Turin as well.
Yeah. I don't know about the 3-5-2 in Juve. Pirlo keeps on changing systems. I'm not sure about that.
You never get actually if that's a 3-5-2 or a 4-4-2 because Cuadrado, he can play as a full back, but he's a very offensive-minded player. So you could also see him as a right wing back. Nobody understands it actually, whether it's a 4-4-2 or a 3-5-2.
It's also Chiesa playing, right? On the left.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chiesa playing on the left. And I'll tell you, those two guys, Cuadrado on the right and Chiesa on the left, they're really scary. Especially Chiesa. It's growing game after game.
Yeah.
My impression was that he was not making such a big impact at Juventus. But, when he basically won the game against Milan by himself, I had to change my mind.
Yeah.
And he's really stepping up.
And it's actually keeping that good shape, and I hope that's gonna be a constant from now later on.
Yeah.
And I think that he can make the difference this evening.
What about Arthur? Arthur is also gaining trust from Pirlo little by little. He used to be mostly a backup solution, but now I'm seeing him being in the start for quite some time.
Yeah. I think that the whole team is actually getting a bit more on the Pirlo, Pirlo track, and the teammates getting better in playing together, and you can see it's a completely different Juventus from what was starting on later. Let's say this summer. They are getting better and better. So that's good news for us. That's a bad news for Roma and the other guys. That's a pity that actually we lost some points on the way, but I'm really confident for today.
Okay.
And that team is actually like the best team that we can display, I will say.
This one?
Except for Rabiot.
I would put Bentancur instead of Rabiot, and perhaps the Ligt. He has the experience, but the Ligt.
I'm gonna be the bad guy. I can be the bad guy today here since I already.
Let's be the bad guy.
Can someone explain? Because if you ask any Spanish fan, Real Madrid fan, can someone explain how Danilo played in Real Madrid, Manchester City, and Juve? Because it's people here were making fun, like how the hell this player made it to the. In Madrid was horrendous. Like we were gonna give him for free, and then Guardiola came to the rescue, and people were laughing like, how the hell we managed to sell Danilo to Manchester City? And then when I saw that it's the only player together with Ronaldo that won the Spanish league, the Premier League, the Serie A, and the Portuguese league, if I'm not wrong, all 4 leagues, I was like, it can't be. It's like, this is just an accident. And it's like, I really don't understand.
His best friend with Ronaldo, most likely, so that's why.
It has to be. But
it helped, for sure.
It helped a lot.
Oh my God.
It's like the companion.
I agree with you, Carlos. I really agree with you.
I can't say anything
overrated.
Anything good about Danilo? Just that he's tall and big.
I mean, he can be, left wing, and there are not many left wing on the market in Europe which are really good. He has the experience of a big club. He has the background. He knows how to move. He knows the basics.
He never played in Real Madrid. He never played in Manchester City. Now
but when it comes to Italy, I mean, you have to face that in Italy there are not so many left wing players.
But he's a right wing. Pirlo is putting it as a left.
But he's playing on the left when you don't have.
Maybe that's the point. He's very versatile when it comes to position. He can play in a back three defense, in a back four as a left back, as a right back. He can be a wing back.
But
so that
he can be bad either way.
The question would be, I mean, I'm wondering why is Danilo there? I don't know why De Ligt is not playing. I don't know if he's injured or something like that. But I don't think so. He's available.
It's just turnover. I think it's turnover.
It's just turnover. But I think like the best fit, if he wants to play with three behind, would be like De Ligt, Chiellini, Bonucci, probably.
Yeah. That's right.
I think that would be the best.
And Bentancur instead of Rabiot.
Well, Bentancur is just not playing because he got a red card just because of that. Yeah. Interesting.
Hey guys, let's take a quick look at Roma also, because there's a couple of interesting things happening in their lineup.
Yeah.
And this is also a 3-5-2, and it's quite new for Roma because they've been mostly used to play with a 3-4-2-1. So far, you have one striker, mostly Edin Dzeko, and then two trequartista behind, and they were mostly Pedro and Mkhitaryan. Pedro, of course, is not available, and Dzeko is still not completely made up, apparently, for his clash with the coach. So, make a long story short, we're going to see Roma playing with two strikers on the front, Mkhitaryan and Borja Mayoral. So, Carlos, that answers your questions about his performance at Roma.
Look, in this team there is 3 Spanish players and 3 Italian players, the same amount. And I think because Pedro is injured, no? So
Pedro is still injured. Yeah.
But what everybody's shocked about is Gonzalo Villar, because he's a player that was not on the radar at all of in Spain, Spanish football, playing in Elche, in the second league. And now I think he can experience some similar story of what I see in Varela, actually. Super young player, 22 years old. And now he has some similarities in the way of playing, same position. So I'm surprised that they managed to. Rick Kasdorp is reborn after this year. He's doing very well. When I was living in the Netherlands, I was thinking this guy, he was already going to the national team, but then he had some complicated first season in Roma, and now he's back. And Mkhitaryan is also back. So it's like a reborn team. Many players who were not counting so much before, like Mayoral in Real Madrid was not playing. Gonzalo Villar in a small team. Rick Kasdorp was not playing at all last year. So I like the concept. And Spinazzola, who is attacking like if he's Roberto Carlos. I'm surprised.
True. I mean, you need to give credit to Fonseca for regenerating so many players. I mean, think of Karsdorp. I mean, Spinazzola has never been playing so well, and that's good news for for Italy and for the upcoming Euro Cup. VR, as you mentioned, he's insisting on Ibanez, despite he's making many mistakes, but still he finds a spot in the back three. So I mean, Roma is a very difficult environment, and there's been a lot of criticism on Fonseca, but you need to give credit to the guy for the way.
Take a look at the table, guys. Take a look at the table. Like they are doing really well. And they have all these clashes, all this kind of warm environment, and nevertheless they are up there. So Fonseca must have some credit for this.
And who's the keeper? Because I've seen he's been changing the keeper also a bit.
Paulo Lopez.
Today it should be Paolo. At the moment he's Paolo Lopez.
But Fonseca is in doubt, no? Because I saw some games he changed. He's not so sure.
At the beginning of the season, Mirante was the starter, Antonio Mirante, but he's been injured and he is still struggling to come back. So now Paolo Lopez, he's the starter. He's had good performance and bad performance. So I don't think long term either of them is going to be a final choice. They're going to continue looking for a new goalkeeper because Roma's been looking for a goalkeeper forever, basically. And they still not find it. They still not find a choice that they 100% trust.
Because if he plays, I think he's going to, because Luis Enrique likes him a lot, he will go as a third goalkeeper to the Euro Cup, actually, after.
Okay.
Because Kepa is not playing in Chelsea at all, with Thomas Tuchel now. So he will be the third choice after De Gea and Unai Simon. I think he will go to the Euro Cup. So let's see. Yeah.
Makes sense.
What's your forecast, guys, for the game? What's the score going to be?
1-2, Roma.
1-2 Roma. Wow.
I think Juventus. I believe Juventus will make it, and with a goal, with a couple of goals actually out of the box, just out of the area. Roma is used to get goals, from outside the area. Also against Napoli, they got a couple of goals like that. Ibanez doesn't give to me, like the security that Smolin can give. And Paolo Lopez, when there is a long shot, is not the best goalkeeper ever. And when I look at Chiesa, when I look at Ronaldo, Morata, they all had, the long shot. So in that way, I think Juventus will make it. And I actually, I don't know what I have to hope as a Napoli supporter. A tie, a draw would be amazing. Would be fantastic.
I'll go for a draw, actually.
The draw, it's like the most maybe likely result out there. But I will say so because Juventus, it's in a really good shape. I will go for, I'm going to jinx it like crazy, but I'm going to go for a win, for Juventus win. 2-0.
Juventus win. 2-0, okay.
I
go for 1-1.
1-1.
I think it's going to be 1-1. Not a very entertaining game. Very cagey, and 1 goal each, 1 point each, which is going to be good for
You're
ourselves.
thinking with the supporter mindset. You should.
No. I always put my unbiased persona first, and then I look at the supporter one. But
it's
I
not
really
working
think
right now.
for a 1-1.
1-1. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, we cover the whole spectrum. At least one of us is going to be right tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Let's bet a beer on this. A beer on this.
A beer for next week.
Beer.
Okay.
Oh, that's crazy.
Deal.
All right. Well, guys, we are almost out of time, I would say. As we said, very interesting Serie match day. Juventus-Roma tonight. Tomorrow, AC Milan will play against bottom place Crotone. So as Paolo said, on paper, 3 easy points. But I just want to remind that Crotone is coached by Stroppa, who used to be an AC Milan player back in the days. And who knows that he does know a few tricks on how to face the Rossoneri. We'll see about that.
When it comes to Stroppa, I recall the season he was coaching Pescara, and really
he didn't work out, huh?
You can sleep quietly.
Okay, thank you. That makes me more comfortable.
Yeah,
I prefer to remember him as a player, like back in the days.
Yeah, sure.
But AC Milan has shocked us in the past against these kind of teams, against Benevento, for example. So we don't know. You don't know with AC Milan when they face these kind of teams.
Diego, I see what you're doing there.
Yeah,
I have to. I do have. No one of you guys does, but I need to. To bring bad luck to your teams. I need to try. I mean, look at Napoli. Napoli, they have an average of 3 injuries per day, not per week, per day. So I need to do that.
I don't like the way this conversation is going, so I have a good excuse.
Why? What?
Anyway, we didn't talk about Napoli today, Diego. We didn't talk about Napoli, but we'll make up for that next week. Because as Paolo said, there's going to be a very interesting conversation about not only the upcoming Napoli-Juventus game, but also about the game that still needs to be played between Napoli and Juventus. So see you in 1 week, and brace for that conversation that is going to be extremely interesting. And for the time being, well, happy football weekend from all of us at the Cult of Calcio. Who's the guy? Oh,
Zlatan.
Book recommendation of the week.
there you go. Clash of the Titans.
I mean,
Always back there,
you
Matteo.
need to
See,
balance
always back
that.
there.
Why
Yeah,
don't you
always
have
go back.
you can use a Platini, Michel Platini. You need to put some jail stuff in front of it, but you can do that. Okay, sorry for that.
That was for free. That was for free.
I will enjoy the beer next week,
I let
guys.
it go.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see about that, guys. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Enjoy.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.
The beer.
The
He's
beer.
beer.
He's going for the beer.
He's really preparing it.
The beer. Enjoy
He was
the beer.
really going for the beer.
Yeah. Nice one. See you guys. Thank you.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.